Hello, good day everyone. I hope that you all are fine and taking great care of yourself. Are you all fine? That's really great. Okay, I am Ms. Maika Mary. Welcome you all in our third session of business and media and business communication. And I hope up till now, whatever I have taught you, you have understood it well. Before proceeding further, without wasting any time, we'll move further and we'll just quickly recall our previous session. So let me just share the slides of our previous session. So yeah. So this is a slide share. I'm gonna share this with you. Okay, so we are going to quickly recall the previous session. So the process of media communication, media and misconception. This was the topic of our previous session that we have learned about certain misconception. As in every era, every field, there are certain misconception like that. Media also has some misconception. We have gone through 5 misconception and we have learned about the effects, how social media affects our ability to communicate. So yes, media communication, we all know about media communication, and media communication is they are different medium and they just reach out most of the people within a short time. And as we all know that as we all know that the people who does not know about us, they constantly being misunderstood. They're constantly creating misunderstanding and spreading negativity and false statements for about us, and we are not even interested in correcting their false preconceptions. And we just simply what we just ignore or just do a fake smile, right? Like that in media field, every celeb and every personality or anyone who is in media is going through such things, right? And what they simply do, they just simply fake a smile. And for your kind information, whatever we have done last class and whatever we are going to revise now, all the misconceptions, all the real misconceptions, they are gathered from the real media communication. So we have done media communication wants to be famous. Okay, wait, let me just correct this thing. Why it's not going up? Wait. Okay. So media communication wants to be famous actor and actress. It's not correct that whoever is studying in media course wants to become a famous actor and actress, because so if you're saying so you're going to become like those actor and actress because that's why you're doing media courses, it's not correct at all. Because definitely in media there are different fields. There are different categories. Not only there is a position of actor actress, but there is a position of director, producer, spot dada, light dada, a cameraman. The people who are working on advertisement, who are working on promotions. So there are so many people. There's a huge team working at the back. So they can work in those particular categories. So rather than saying that you want to become an actor and an actress, so it's better to say, okay, which area of media communication do you want to focus on? So this was all about the first misconception. Now, if we'll go on the second misconception, that is media person are extrovert and love to socialize. Not only the person who are extrovert or love to socialize can come in media field, but also the person who are introverts, they can also come in the field of media. They just need to possess certain qualities, and if they have some more important skill related to that particular field, so definitely they can come in media. So yeah, there are so many people who are very creative in writing, so they can become writers. Those who are very creative in organizing the things, or organizing a set, right? A creative set they can organize, so they can come in that particular field. So it's depend on their own skills and creativity. So if you're saying that extroverts can only come in media, not really, because the people who are introvert but have certain qualities and creativity, they can also come in the media field. I've given a task as well related to this slide. I will ask you in the end. Let's just finish this revision first. Media communication is for the lazy and less smart kids. So, my dear student, this is a complete false, as I've told you in our last session, that the people who are working in media, they are more active and smarter, right? Because they just need to when they are done with the shoot, they need to edit those things, right? And editing took a lot of time. It's not a 10 second of thing. It's or 5 second or 20 seconds of thing. It's basically it take hour and hours. Okay, so if you're saying that they are lazy, they are not lazy at all. They are the face. Most of the people, they are the face of the particular channel of their particular company. So they need to present really well. Okay, then they are definitely they are not active. They are not lazy. Sorry, they are very active people. And if we talk about media, okay, now let's talk about the next misconception, that is media communication is a pointless course and you're not going to find jobs later on. My dear kids, my dear students, it's a false statement, as I've already told you in our last session, that there are number of categories, number of jobs in the media field. When they are going to pass out, if they possess a certain qualities, certain skills, so they can choose their own category of media. Okay, so if someone say, "Oh, what are you doing in the media course? Oh, what you really don't why you are doing this, you're not going to earn, you're not going to get any job, you're not able to earn money because you're doing media." It's totally wrong, because they have those the degree holders of media communication will get a job and they will earn much better, right? They can do theaters, right? They can come in any category of the media field. Okay, so definitely they are going to get a job, a very nice job, and they're going to earn better. Okay, the assignments are easy, not at all. The assignments are not easy because it involves a lot of critical thinking, and attracting audience is very difficult nowadays. Okay, so they are working on it. They are working on it harder. So if you're saying that the assignments are easy, it's a demotivating sentence for them. You need to appreciate them because they are working really hard for the audiences, and rather than saying yeah, your assignments are easy, so just stop saying this, and you can just say what kind of struggle and challenges do you face as media student, because as media student, when they're working, when they're in the course, and when they are students, the teachers are giving them different assignments, and they need to think about some small play, they need to create a theater thing, or different to organize an event, to write a story. So they are getting different assignments, and for that it's very difficult for them to get the modules, to get the accurate person for that particular thing. They are working harder on it, so yes, it requires a lot of critical thinking. Now, if I conclude this topic, how social media affects our ability to communicate, if I talk about the previous era, definitely there were traditional conversation, right? People were talking face to face. If I am going to my school, if I used to go if I was going to my school, not if, when I was going to school, if I talk about 20 years back, not 20 years back, sorry, 15 to, okay, 15, 17 years back, if I talk about that, about those days or those years, at that moment, at that time, I really, what I used to do, I, I go to school, I just have a good conversation with my friend the whole day in the off time, and then I came back. I don't have any opportunity. I don't have any platform from where through which I can contact my friend if I don't if I haven't written an assignment. The question of the assignment. How I will coordinate? How I will contact to my friend, right? So not only if I talk about 16 years back or 20 years back, but more than that, there were no means of communication. I think before 16 17 years back, there was a phone that our parents were carrying the keypad phone, but before the keypad time, and before that there was no mean of communication, and it was very difficult to contact uh, when once you are back from school, it's very hard to contact. So yes, the digital media has made it very easier for us, that we can easily contact our colleagues, our friends, our relatives. But on the other side, the interactions of a face-to-face meeting has been decreased, and I personally think that the face-to-face meetings are more attractive, and yeah, nowadays we are being are like we are not thinking about others. We are facing the challenges of our communication etiquette. Why? Because we are now we are not thinking about the other person on the other side. We are just keep on saying we are not caring about the other person's mood, if that person is in a good mood or not. We are just kept on saying we are spreading negativity even on the social media. If if a picture has been uploaded and it's not appropriate, and the other person is affecting through that, so we are putting such negative comments, right? And we are not even thinking what is going through in his or her life. We are just putting our negativity, right? So we just the communication we are actually facing or actually having these kind of problems, that nowadays we have become very graceful, right, on social media. Now conversational boredom, yes, definitely you can just do an experiment at your home as well. uh, just contact your friend on phone, just have a good chit chat with your friend, and then arrange a meeting after 2 to 3 days. You will find a good you'll find a huge difference between the chit chat of your digital on digital, and then you can find a good huge difference between that sorry, chit chat on the phone and then face to face meeting. You will love the face to face meeting more. You can you can take control of such things. You can balance both the things, your digital life and your face to face interactions. So there are so many precautions when you are going with on a lunch with your colleague. You can just keep your phone on silent in your pocket, don't take it out, and just have a good lunch with with good gossip with your colleague. Or if you're going in conferences, just avoid taking the phone with you. um, just choose one day to a week to be technology free. It's up to you if you want to do it. If you controllable, you can have peace of mind, right? So this was all about the previous session. This was all the revision of the previous session. Yes, I have given a task related to the introvert person. So I have found one of them. Let me just share with you. Um, Mark Zuckerberg. Facebook COO Sheryl told the New York Times in 2010 that Zuckerberg, the founder and CEO of the social network site, is shy and introverted, and he often does not seem very warm to people who don't know him. So those who don't know him, that person is not very warm to him, but he is a warm person because he really cares about the people who are working under him, okay, or who are working there. So he was very really careful about those people. But he was an introvert personality, and but you can as you can see, Mark Zuckerberg is a big name in social network, right, that social network side, but still he's a shy and introverted person. So not all social media person are, you can say, extrovert. So the person who are introvert, they can also come into the social media and they can become famous. So this was my one example. I hope you have get another examples from your side. Now I will share you the lecture number 3. So this is the lecture number 3. Okay. So yeah, let me just okay. So media and business communication lecture 3, and I'm your instructor, Micah Mary. The topic of our today's session is media and society. So we are going to know about the media as we already know about the media, but how and why society and how society. Let's see. What is media? Okay, we all know about media, the content, media history, type of media, what media can change or what it can change, importance of media can instill, media in my country, conclusion. Okay, so what is media? We all know media. That media is basically uh, a platform through which we can interact or we can deal with so many people. We can reach out a number of people, a large audience within a short time or on a or in a blink of eye. So if we go into the meaning, the strictest meaning of the word, a medium is channel of communication. It's a channel of communication. As I told you, we communicate with different people. A method by which a message is sent to an audience. It's a method, it's a medium through which we send a message to the audience. Media is the plural of medium, simply means more than one. So media is a plural of medium. So there can be more than one medium. Medium, yeah, for example, the first medium is newspaper, pamphlets, magazines, TV. These are all media. When we talk about it, all media. In this sense, a medium is anything that communicates a message to the audience. So message, then you select a media, and then you send it to your audience that okay, now I need to launch a product. I need to advertise a product. So which medium? Pamphlets, newspaper, social media, and television. So you for advertisement we use all most of the mediums, okay, through which we can share the information with our audiences. Okay, okay, media history. Media history is very easy because if we talk about the previous era or our old era, at that time there were only newspaper, pamphlets, and magazine. And in newspaper, uh, the news come after one day because the newspaper has been printed. If, for example, something happened today, I will get the news tomorrow because I will get the newspaper tomorrow. So delay in time, right? So in previous era, there were newspaper, pamphlets, and magazines. If I need to advertise anything, I just print out the pamphlets. I will print that thing in magazine and just share it to the people. Or more accurate, the pamphlets, brochures that before the advertisement has or the promotion thing has been done on the pamphlets. Then okay, if I before and if I talk about the old era, um, if there were no media, it's very difficult to get a book in your hand because there were printing machines and it's very hard to print a lot of books at that time. So now it's very easy because everything we are getting on our phone, on our palm, ebook, right? So now each and every person can get their own book through ebook, right? So before old era, it was very difficult to have a book, but now everything is very easy. Not only books, even the connection has been get more and has been enhanced a lot, and more appropriate connection we can have through social media, right? So media history is total. If we talk about old era, it's very different. It's very different, and you can actually say that where were we and now where we are standing. It's pretty amazing and it's pretty different, right? Now there were different types of media, advertising media, then broadcasting media, digital media, electronic media, hypermedia, mass media, and multimedia. Okay, these are all types of media, right? And okay, so advertising media involves all, sorry, okay, sorry. So advertising media is basically media content dealing with the buying and selling of goods. How? Because what is the purpose of advertisement? What is the purpose of advertising something? To just to sell their good, to aware them that okay, the product has been launched and it has certain qualities, it has certain features, and it's very good for you. So it's the purpose of buying and selling of goods. So, but why we do advertising? For the purpose of buying and selling of goods. Then broadcast media communication deliver over mass electronic communication network. Broadcast media that it delivers a lot, it deliver information, right? Or mass electronic, and then digital media. Digital media is all about electronic media, where the message has been stored and transmit and receive the digitized method. Electronic media is all the electronic the message has been delivered through electronic or electromechanical energy. For example, phone, television, these are all electronic, right? So hypermedia. So what is an hypermedia? Okay, so what is an hypermedia? Sorry. Okay, so sorry. It's a combination of text, video, graphic, images, sound, hyperlinks, and other elements in the form of typical of web documents. Hypermedia is the modern extension of hypertext, and the hyperlink, the text-based document of the original. And so it's a combination of everything. It's a combination of text, video, graphic, and images, sound, and hyperlinks. And these element is in the form typical of web documents. Okay. Mass media, what is mass media? All means of communication, all means of communication is called mass media. It includes newspaper, internet, television, radio, and magazine. And if I talk about multimedia communication and incorporates multiple form of information, content, and processing, and so on. Okay, now this is a very important thing that what media is doing, what media is staging. what it can change. Media can change our knowledge, our behavior, our attitude, our emotion, and our political views related to the things. How? Before, if something has been launched in the old era, okay, the pamphlet has been printed, then it will spread out. It will take a lot of time. But now our knowledge has been increased and we get information very quickly. So recording for also the knowledge according to that service, according to that good has been increased quickly. So and it's not basically knowledge related to the product, but also knowledge. It's enhancing our knowledge related to different things. Now we can actually uh, get more information about the foreign countries of right as well, right? Not only within if I'm in Pakistan, I'm not getting information in Pakistan, but also about the foreign countries, right? So our knowledge has been increasing that what is happening in America, what is happening in India. So our knowledge has been increasing into different things, and our behavior, our attitude, our emotional, and our political views. Everything has been changed due to media. If I like, if there were no media, if there was no media, the people were dressing, the people were just wearing shalwar and kameez, frogs, and the boys were wearing shalwar, kameez, pant shirt. Now the trend has been changed. Now things have been changed, and media is upgrading our sense of fashion as well, our attitude, our emotions, and everything has been changed due to media. So definitely everything has pros and cons. So media also have some advantages and disadvantages. Media is giving something, it is changing in a good way as well, and in a bad way as well. Definitely sometimes our attitude become very negative towards something. Our behavior gets very bad due to something. So it can change these things, but it can be a good way and it can be a bad way in both ways. Okay, so it's not necessarily we can say in a positive level only, but it can turn into a negative level too. Okay, so yes, media is changing our knowledge, our behavior, our attitude, our emotional and political views. Okay, importance of media. So the question lies, why media? Why it is given so much importance? Why we are giving so much importance to media? You tell me. Come on. We are giving so much importance? Do you know? Don't read the slide. Just give me your opinion. Why? Yes, it is. It is. It's actually giving us lots of information. It keeps us updated, right? The reason being that okay, let's just read this. The reason being that this is the age of information. Yes, exactly, indeed. And any information or giving it can make a lot of difference. And since media is the largest stakeholder as far as information is concerned, therefore it is media's job to spread information, which it does brilliantly. Any problem with that? No, not at all. It does not have any problem because we really know that's the big or the largest stakeholder of information, that it gathers information and it spread information to the audience through different medium, and it keeps us updated, right? uh, uh, so well, yeah, the problem is that media can be controlled, okay, or manipulated, and that means a lot of false information. Now, although media is doing a good job, a brilliant job, but on the other hand there is a problem that is already discussed, that media can be controlled or manipulated, and that's mean a lot of false information. Most of the time we are getting very false information, and very negative information has been spread over the audience, and that is very wrong, through which it can trigger a lots of people in a negative way. How, for example, if we comment something bad or any specific religion, on any specific actor, on a specific political leader. So yes, if you're spreading bad information, if you're spreading false information, definitely it's gonna trigger the audience and it will create a negative environment among us. So it's a duty of media to spread good thing, to share good thing, to share accountable and authentic information towards the audience. So although media is important, very important to us, but we need to, but the media people should be very careful related to it. If they're putting any content, if they're giving any information, it should be authentic and should be accountable to the reader. Okay, media can still studies suggest that continuous exposure to media reports or reports can trigger variable or distinct psychological responses. For example, if I talk about one example that, okay, nowadays, the girls has to be very careful. They should not walk alone in evenings. They should not go home alone in evenings because last night a girl has been raped, and not only the last night but 2 days back also. So it creates fear among. Although we are being updated, we are getting information, but what girls will be very scared of such things, right? There will be a fear in their heart now, like they will not, they will they will try to get home before the sun dawn, right? uh, so media is going to media is actually controlling the minds of the audiences. If we watch any emotional scene, we get very sad. If something bad happened, we get very angry. For example, if there is a match between two parties, two teams that and of two different countries, and if one fails, the people of that particular country will get angry, and it created hatred in the hearts, right? So yeah, media is actually controlling. And okay, so yes, psychological, if I talk about psychological responses, we totally give different response when we hear such things, when we talk about such thing, when we watch something on media. Our response, our psychological level has been changed, or we change in a psychological way. Okay, media in my country, media can play an important role in any society, as we all know, and ours is no exception. Being Pakistani, we are no stranger. Now we are not stranger of media because we all know about media, national TV channels, and if I say okay, but sadly, over the years, had become clear that it is nothing but a puppet of the current government of the time. Nowadays, as we talk about media, we are very sad. We have to say this thing sadly that yeah, media has become a puppet. Whatever the government is saying, they are just putting it down. They are not even seeing that this is accurate, this is correct or not. They are just playing their own games for to gain the TRPs. Okay, but definitely, although media is enhancing a lot, it has also given us good content. But on the other hand, some information that should not be delivered, it is delivering between the audiences, and it is creating hatred, and it should not be done. Not only political view has been changed, but also the local entertainment has been made available. Both the thing has been very changed, entertainment level and the political views. Okay, conclusion. So considering this, I think our media has done a great job overall, but there are a few prominent black sheep that need to be dealt with within the media circles, but that is for the literate to judge. Hopefully, as literacy increases, better media content will reach us. Conclusion says that, so considering this, our media has done a great, yes, media has done a great job. It has enhanced a lot. They're updating us. They are giving us such great information. They are making us aware from certain situations. But on the other hand, there are some people who are spreading negativity. There are some black sheeps. Uh, those who are giving black false statements, and that is not accurate for the audiences because it is creating hatred among us. And hopefully, we all pray and we all hope and literacy increases, media content will reach us. Okay. So this was the conclusion. And if you have any questions, if you can ask me. Um, I hope you have understood each and every slide very carefully. It's all about media and society, how the media is affecting the society, how the media is working among the people, among the audiences. Okay, and how many types of medias are there, and uh, what media is how media is working in my country. So we have done everything. um, okay, so what do you think that what media should do, how media can control these black sheep people. What do you think? How media can deal with these black sheep people? Can you give any suggestions? Yeah, there should be some legal authorities on this, that if someone is putting some false statement that can create hatred among the people, it should not be shown openly on the social media without any evidence, without any facts and figure. I don't know how people are putting their content, and people are actually not putting only their content but also copying the content from other people. So there should be some legal authorities sitting there to check and keep an eye on it, that the black sheep cannot do such things, right? And yeah, meeting. So my dear students, uh, there's an assignment. Wait, yeah. So these are the type of media. What you need to do, you need to select any three media, and you need to uh, write about their pros and cons. Okay, you need to write pros and cons on any three media. Okay, these are the type of media, and you need to just select three, and you just need to write pros and cons of that particular media. I hope this is very like you have understood the assignment, that how you need to do the assignment. Just take up, just you need to make a Word document. You just need to select any three types of media, and you just need to uh, write about any three media. You just need to write about the pros and cons of the media. Okay. So these are the resources, these are references from where I have took the material, and I hope you have understood it well. If you really don't understand any of the slide, you can ask me from the platform which we have provided you. Okay. I'm there for you again. I will definitely make sure that I will answer your query, and I will try my level. I'm actually trying my level best to give to provide you with such good and better information. But still, if I'm lacking somewhere, I apologize, and I really want you to ask such questions from me. If you do not understand such thing, I will definitely try to give you responses on your query. Okay, so now take care. Bye bye. See you in the next session.